Hey guys, welcome to the new week. It's day 10 of our Spooktober streams, and we're gonna be playing a new game. Well, it's not a new game, but it's new to our channel. It is called S.W.A.N. Chernobyl Unexplored. I know nothing about this game except that it might obviously be something related to Chernobyl. So, yeah. It did say it's a walking simulator, it's horror, so it should be right up our alley. And yes, it picks up. Great. Photosensitive seizure warning. A very small percentage of the population suffers. Wow. Okay, rude. Okay, I have no options that I can pick. It's just begin. Ah, okay. Settings. I want to make sure I have... Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I have subtitles on. Subtitles display on. Yes, perfect. Okay, then let's begin.
On the 26th of April, 1986, near the city of Pripyat in Ukraine, a disastrous catastrophe had taken place. The reactor Unit 4 of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant had broken down, which led to its explosion and subsequently to radioactive contamination of the vast area. In a short period of time, over 350,000 people were evacuated and resettled. A restricted zone was designated around this power plant, which extends to many kilometers. All buildings within this zone, including the surrounding city, were abandoned. At the beginning of February 1987, 9 months after the disaster, a team of scientists from the Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology, which measured radiation in this exclusion zone, received signals that proved the existence of people operating in this area. Also, various unexplained anomalies had been discovered, which could have resulted from a type of radiation previously unknown to scientists. It turned out that near the city of Pripyat, the S.W.A.N. Institute was also located here. Its name comes from the abbreviation Syndrome Without a Name, the term given to the group of symptoms that do not occur in any known and catalogued disease. The facility was unofficially conducting a research program on unprecedented and very disturbing neurological and psychological disorders for many years. After the disaster, the institute was omitted during the evacuation operation because it was not included on any map. Only a few people from the USSR Ministry of Internal Affairs knew about its existence, but after the Chernobyl accident, they chose not to perform rescue operations on its territory. Scientists received details regarding the institute's scope of activity from an anonymous person. The facility was top secret and cut off from the rest of the world. People were sent there from all over the globe, and each medical case was unique in its own way. Because of the extraordinary abilities resulting from unexplored and undiagnosed diseases, patients were a threat to the environment. They were caged up and lived in strict isolation. This entire situation was kept secret from people outside the government, other than the few scientists who were made aware of the Institute's activities. Scientists from the Moscow Institute experts from the General Nuclear Inspectorate of Ukraine and the rescue staff decided to send a special research and rescue expedition immediately to clarify the source of the anomalies and to save people who might still be alive. The group was commanded by Alexei Tokovsky, a rescue specialist. After determining the exact coordinates of the facility, the group reached the place and got inside. However, all people were separated and lost contact with each other in unexplained circumstances. To all the people whose life changed irreversibly after the events of April 1986 in Chernobyl.
Okay, now we can play. Okay. Wait, pick up E. Okay. The mission began on the 10th of February 1987 at 8 a.m. The research and rescue expedition under my leadership consists of 7 people, including me. We are taking a helicopter flight to the S.W.A.N. Institute. We intend to verify the data received from an anonymous informant. If the information is confirmed, we will have a scandal of Chernobyl's magnitude on our hands, or an even bigger one. Other nations will get interested in the issue soon, especially that, since the nuclear reactor disaster, all eyes are on us. It is strange that despite this, nobody else had found out about this facility's existence. I am not intending on keeping it a secret, but for now, the priority is to rescue the poor souls who are most likely still on the Institute's premises. We have medication, rescue equipment, and highly trained people. Search and rescue mission expedition crew. Myself, rescue unit leader. Medical doctor, rescue unit member, rescue unit member, rescue unit member, rescue unit member, rescue unit member. Okay. Secret digits. Torch. A solid Soviet torch in a bulletproof casing. Reliable and resilient like a tank. Okay. 1 to turn it on and off. Okay. Off. On. Oh. Goodbye, Alexei. That's us, right? Okay. The door is jammed. So no way to go this way. Can we run? Yes, we can. Space to jump. Can we crouch? It's dangerous here. It's very nice handwriting for being written with. Does it look like blood? I'm not so sure. Oh. They took my home away. Shift to sprint. Yeah, got it. E to interact. Since the incident, the telephone has been ringing less and less. I hope that Professor somebody knows what he's doing, especially now that the anomalies keep getting stronger and the patients are getting more detached by the day. I myself barely manage to cope mentally. Okay. Is there something else in here? Use the tab. Oh! Thank you so much for that follow, Daniel. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this. Thank you. Okay, let's use the telephone. Maybe? Oh! What the hell? Okay, that was unexpected. Okay, we came from over here. Let's check out this door. The door is locked with a key. Hey, Daniel! Okay, so I guess we need to find a key in some place. What's this? Okay, we've got the journal, we've got the torch, and we've got a K-type and ionizing radiation detector. It detects radioactive pollution and shows its level. Okay. I've left the detector in the locker for you. It will come in handy when that damnation appears again. Please remember to turn off the light when it's close by and don't ruin it, please. I hope we will meet again. Alive. Okay, so there's gonna be a monster, and when the monster comes, we need to turn off the light. Does the TV work? No. The door is jammed. Oh no, game saved. Okay, we need to find a cassette. Is this it? No. To our revered comrade, somebody, with kindest regards. Dear something, our friend, we, your party comrades, would like to express our pride of your membership. Your input is invaluable. You are one of the founding blocks of our ever-growing community. We are deeply convinced that your work will keep on strengthening both our friendship and the party's might. Thank you for your arrival at the official decoration ceremony. Please remember you can always count on us. Long live the Ukrainian Socialist Soviet Republic. Long live the USSR. If I use the computer, is it gonna explode on me too? Save unavailable. Okay, let's use the TV. Enter password. Okay.
Her medical case was exciting and nightmarish at the same time. 1. I have no idea why, but this monotonous and seemingly funny melody made this woman appear from practically nowhere. 3. It is a contrast of sorts. How a completely innocent sound was a foretelling or an omen of the atrocity to come. 9. Horrifying beauty. 4. Her medical case was exciting and nightmarish at the
Sorry,
same
I
time.
turned it off. Okay,
1.
so 1,
I have no
3.
idea why, but this monotonous and seemingly funny melody made this woman appear from practically nowhere. 3.
1,
It is a
3,
contrast of
9.
sorts. How a completely innocent sound was a foretelling or an omen of the
4.
atrocity to come. 9.
1,
Horrifying beauty.
3, 9, 4. Welcome to the S.W.A.N. Institute system. Loading files. Loaded somebody computer. System active. Notes. The S.W.A.N. factor. I am convinced of the existence of the S.W.A.N. factor. Since the beginning, I've believed it is achievable, and I can obtain it. If that were not the case, this whole project, institute, equipment, personnel, none of this would have existed. Everything comes down to one thing. There is one goal to it all: the discovery and extraction of a factor which makes each individual case unique among all the medical cases collected here, and which displays its own abilities. The military is expecting results. As long as they're paying, the works will continue. The binding capsule is a remarkable device, just like the mind reader. Since the beginning, it was our most ambitious project, even though it was, and still is, created in an extremely difficult time for us. It is not made to create, but to destroy. When it all got out of control and the damned incident started to cause all those sick events, we had to look for a rescue. Who would have helped us? The party? The ministry? Fuck them. It's too late now, anyway. The thought of noting down the history of the beginning of the Institute has been coming to my mind for quite some time now. The construction of the S.W.A.N. Institute had begun at the beginning of the 1970s. The whole operation was oversaw by me, medical science professor. Somebody name. I was also designated by the USSR ruling party as the director of the facility. The first meaningful decision for me to make was the location of the institute. It is not accidental. The facility is placed near the peaceful town of Pripyat, which was just being built. A nuclear power plant was under construction in the nearby Chernobyl at the time, which was supposed to provide clean atomic energy. I decided that the surrounding area would be well guarded and nobody would dare to bother the people in the facility. The institute is a high security facility, surrounded by a tall wall and hidden in a forest. In 1973, the first patients arrived. In the following years, it kept on growing, and it was extended to accommodate more patients, with new wings and wards getting added. All right. Okay, the safe is open. Ah, there's a key in the safe. No. Don't play the music. No, she's there. Oh no. No! Turn that shit off. Okay, can I go near her? Oh, I have to do this whole thing again? Okay. Should have written down the code to the computer. I will write it down now.
Her medical case was exciting and nightmarish at the same time. 1. I have no idea why, but this monotonous and seemingly funny melody made this woman appear from practically nowhere. 3. It is a contrast of sorts. How a completely
1394,
innocent
right?
sound was a foretelling or an omen of the atrocity to come. 9. Horrifying beauty. 4.
Okay. We get the key. And now she's here. What do we do? Okay, so turning off the light was enough to get her to go away. Solve the mystery after leaving the office. Okay. This door was locked, I think.
For some time now, the dimensions have been increasing. It is time to end this. Luckily, we were able to finish the mind reader prototype. Connecting it to a human brain was troublesome at first, but the procedure gives expected results, and the device can be used after entering the intermediary room. Something incredible was achieved here. Something gargantuan. First there was Gagarin, and the first man travels into space. And now we are also multidimensional travelers. If only the world could hear about this.
Okay. Interdimensional travel, eh? Okay. This one doesn't have a password. The mind reader system is one of the inventions coming from Professor somebody, the director of the S.W.A.N. Institute. In recent years, the patient's visions have become so deep and vivid that they have begun to seep through to new parallel dimensions that run alongside our reality and to imprint on them. The need for understanding those visions and the essence of their evolution had pushed to the Institute's personnel to construct a special device that would allow the user to travel to such dimensions. The S.W.A.N. Institute engineering team, led by Professor somebody, created a prototype of the mind reader's device. It consists of two key elements. Binding capsule. Innovative technology was used to create the capsule and allow the connection between the device's body and the user's mind. Such a solution is also a security measure against the use of the mind reader by unauthorized individuals. After completing the procedure of binding the user's mind with the mind reader, the user is able to see portals to other dimensions created by the patients. They are shaped in the form of dark spheres. After entering the dimension, the transition to intermediary room takes place and opens the pathway to the chosen dimension. 2. Mind Reader Core Device. It is a device similar in size to a classic sidearm. It is activated at the point of entry to a spherical portal. The device is used to detect thoughts created by patients and hidden in parallel dimensions. After the discovery of the first dimensions, the engineering team conducted a prototype test of the mind reader. During the test, they found out that the expansion of the dimensions can be stopped by destroying particles of which they contain. This is why the mind reader was upgraded with the thought obliteration function. Okay. Should we go in there now? Okay. Mind reader connection procedure successful. Run. Okay. Do not follow this path. Okay. November 28th, 1986. Case description and observations. Patient with numerous first and second degree burns on the whole body, but not displaying any damage to the neurological system. A lightning attractor particle was discovered in the patient's body, causing her to get hit by the lightning several times per day. Lichtenberg figures colored brown and bluish-red form on her whole body. The patient possesses a special ability of summoning ball lightnings that follow her steps. Wish I could read this, but I can't. This door is jammed. This door is locked with a key. Maybe we missed the key in the control room? Yes, we did. Oh. Wait, why is there... Is this like a double door? Can I close it? I wish I could close doors in this game. That's a lot of blood. 27th January 1987. It is getting worse. All employees are living in fear. We do not have control over anything anymore. Patients used to get locked up for safety behind armed doors, but it is us who have to stay behind them now. This whole ward was a joke from the beginning. Humane conditions and good care have never existed here. Those people's diseases made us see them as wild animals. And now everything turned against us. The worst thing is that there's no escape out of here and the hunt has already begun. Well... No! No. This is not good. Turn off the torch. Why? Okay, that was that. Ward 1. Game saved. Okay, that's good. Okay, there's a key here. Can I jump on the table? Oh, come on, it's not that high. Can we look in here? We need to stay outside of her circle, I think. Oh! Shit! Okay. Okay, this is like... I can't go back either. Game saved. Who are you?
I am an entity born from experiments that had been taking place in this institute. Those who had witnessed my creation called me the S.W.A.N phenomenon. I developed my own consciousness, and I exist trapped between reality and abstract space-time. I was never a regular person, even though I vividly remember the time when I lived free as a human. My condition was incredibly difficult, and no medical doctor could help me. The symptoms increased to such a point, I was becoming a danger to myself and my surroundings. I then got rejected by my family and persecuted by various people. They tried to kill me. One day, I received a message from a professor who said he was familiar with my case and thought he could try to help me. He claimed to be the founder and director of a specialist facility for people with rare, unknown and dangerous ailments. I was supposed to be put to various tests and undertake experimental treatment methods. Yes, Professor Andrei Kaidanovsky. I saw you getting into his office. Even his notes speak of what despicable man he is. Departure for the Institute was a blessing to me, an escape from a life full of suffering and becoming sicker by the day. Only here was I given a glimpse of hope, a slight shadow of a chance for a cure. For the first time, someone had reached out a helping hand. When I met Kaidanovsky, he was extremely kind-hearted, promising his full involvement in my conditions research and attempts to bring me back to full health. Everything changed when the research has started. I very quickly realized that something else was the main objective here, but it was too late to back out. People like me got locked up in here and were kept by force. They were used for research on obtaining and isolating the so-called S.W.A.N factor for the Soviet Army's needs, apparently. It is a factor present in anybody infected with a S.W.A.N type disease. It makes them unique and grants special abilities, not necessarily good ones. According to the professor, due to the incredible power of my symptoms, I was a great potential source. At the same time, the level of complexity of my illness was extremely high. Experimental methods used by Kaidanovsky did nothing. It frustrated him greatly, triggered some inhuman instincts, even drove him mad. He'd work on my case for hours. I was not indifferent to that. I was suffering and feeling inhuman pain. Thanks to the power of all the devices constructed especially for me, the factor had finally left my body by itself. It divided into two separate entities, light and shadow. I am the shadow entity. You could say that the original me died. However, my consciousness keeps on living in those two elements separated by the factor. At this moment, I have to warn you. The portal you've located, thanks to the Mind Reader, did not appear for no reason. Mind Reader was created in this institute to find those portals and destroy the dimensions they lead to. But for the portal to form and the creator to be able to walk through it, something terrifying is required. If you have special abilities, it is possible to possess a person's life essence through murder and modify space-time to a point. The existence of each portal means somebody's death. Portal's creation destabilizes your human reality. Changes happening in parallel dimensions are starting to have a destructive impact on this world. This is why they have to be destroyed as soon as possible. It is not possible to determine what can happen exactly, but any disturbance to the space-time continuum structure may have terrifying consequences for the whole mankind. It is not to be excluded. After my incident, various tragedies started happening in the Institute. Someone, or something, started to wreak havoc in here. Chaos took away many lives, and new portals were created. It is a lie that the patients did this, although it is most likely what you will read in the staff's notes. I believe it is something much more powerful, some unknown force. This is why the Institute's personnel was trying to fight it so frantically, constructing the Mind Reader in the process. You shall find out in due time, as I'm sure we'll meet again. In a moment, you will enter the so-called intermediary room. It is a place between the human world and the extra-dimensional one. That's where you get to the memory wasteland, one of the parallel dimensions. That's where the dimension's creator's thoughts are stored and form the foundation for the dimension's existence. When you destroy them, you return to the Institute, and the dimension ceases to exist. Maybe you'll find more portals when you explore the corridors. Remember, each of them means somebody's death.
Okay. So this is the intermediary room. Memory wasteland, as if it has become a second home. I'm starting to lose my senses while looking for other people's memory scraps so they can replace my own memories. The more I do it, the more I wonder if what I do makes any sense. At the end of the day, the patient's thoughts are their escape from everything that constrains them inside the Institute's walls. I know that those people present a danger to their surroundings, but they have created their own world in which they are free. And here I am, stuck in here and destroying everything. I need to speak to somebody when I next return to the Institute. Okay. Every time I come here, I pass through the strange portal. When I enter it, bliss overflows me. I do not feel pain nor fear. Everything bad disappears for a split second, like in a dying person's last moments. The most scary thing is that this incredible power has arisen from a horrifying crime. Freedom and escape tempt the patient and push them to the worst atrocities. Are their actions possible to be ever forgiven? Okay, no password. Okay, I'm just gonna read this. I'm not sure if we've read something alike to it before. The mind reader system is one of Professor the Institute's director's inventions. The mind reader is a tool for the detection and obliteration of thoughts, created by patients imprinting their visions in parallel dimensions while escaping reality and disappearing into the deep layers of space-time continuum. The extra-dimensional areas are called memory wastelands. The Institute staff travels to parallel dimensions, which can keep on expanding and becoming more and more dangerous, and destroys them using the mind reader device. Professor had built the intermediary room for his staff, where the staff members traveling to other dimensions can return during their work. It was created mainly to protect the workers from anomalies subsequently performing in new dimensions. Many of the staff members risked their lives so that they can keep working on new obliteration methods to reduce the ever-increasing danger. Coming back from parallel dimensions requires massive amounts of energy in order to generate the space-time tunnels, so such travels may last many days for the workers, and that is why they can use the intermediary room as a shelter. Oh. Launch mode 1, thought catching. Oh! You have fallen into unknown space. Oopsie! Okay. Let me just quickly add those journal entries again. Okay, and then we can Launch mode, thought catching mode. By using the mouse and locate the thought particle in the sky by holding, then aim at it to capture it in the sky. I'm not seeing any. I'm not seeing any thoughts. There. Thought particle captured. This is not a thought particle, is it? Okay, maybe over here. Okay. Collect ammunition to fully access mode 2. But I can only see the one. Okay, what happens with this? Is that the one we already captured? Yes, I guess so. Oh no. I'm not quite sure where we're supposed to find more of these. Maybe if we just keep... Maybe if we just keep on. Oh no. it's not letting me, and I'm not finding any others. Okay, let's check out what happens if we go near this thing. Acquired 1 unit of... I actually have to grab these. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, where's the next one? Over here. Okay. These things we need to capture, I guess. How can I get it without falling into the hole? Finish the tutorial at the first memory wasteland. Okay, so what do we have to do now? Wasn't enough. No, don't. Oh no. Oh, no, we have to do this whole thing. We're gonna do that next time, guys. We're gonna do that next time. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye, guys.